Dream, I want to talk to you about how to attract your dream partner, even if you think it's impossible, even if you're consuming a lot of red pill manosphere content and you think you have to be some hardcore giga chad who's eating 15 raw eggs a day, walking around, you're like you've got imaginary lats, making 10 figures and driving around in rented Lambos. So I want to give you boys some information. So I was speaking with one of my clients about this recently, and it was sending off a lot of epiphanovas in my mind, and I wanted to share these with you to hopefully help you go forth and attract your dream partner. So usually when I start working with guys, they have things that they want, and this is the way that they speak about their goals. It's, I want a girlfriend, I want a long-term partner, I want a wife. And usually when we say I want statements, it's the same way of saying I don't have. And it immediately puts us into a place of lack. And every time we go out there and we're having interactions with the feminine, we operate from this place of lack rather than from this place of wholeness. And that's most likely why at the moment, your interactions with women don't seem to go past platonic chit chat, or you're having conversations, they don't really go anywhere. You're frustrated because you currently lack love from the feminine. So what I found to be true is, and this is kind of a weird realization that I had recently. And by the way, I'll pre-frame this with, I might know nothing. The more I learn, the less I know. I'm just a 27-year-old kid who's doing his best to document the lessons that he's learning along the way with the sole intention of making these useful for you. But I'm coming to the belief more and more that I don't think we can actually be in love with another human being. All right, like, hear me out on this one. So I don't think we can be in love with anybody else. I think that if we meet a woman and we decide that we love this woman, I don't know if we love her or we love the fact that she allows us to experience love. So if you look at all of the religious texts, I've studied Buddhism, Christianity, I'm here in Dubai at the moment, I've been dipping into the Quran. What they all seem to agree upon is the fact that God, however you define that, it already exists within us. I think it's Luke 17:21. The kingdom of God is within you, right? The kingdom of God is within you. So what this means in super practical terms in regards to you getting yourself a girlfriend is that sensation that you want is already there. And if we can instead shift our focus from I want to I already have, that actually allows us to attract our ideal partner, our wife-worthy woman, because we're no longer looking outside of us. We're no longer trying to fill a void. It's, I already feel whole. I already feel abundant, and we attract what we are. So most guys are going out there and they're looking for a woman to complete them. And oftentimes we operate from a place of desire. I think desire has got lost in like etymological connotations. I think that most people think desire is a good thing. But what I learned was desire is a contract that we make with ourselves to be unhappy until we get the thing that it is that we want. So a lot of guys are operating from this place of desire, which is the same way of saying operating from a place of lack. Like I don't have, like, oh, I'll be happy once I get a girlfriend. I'll be happy once I find my ideal woman. I'll be happy once I find my dream partner. But there's two things that make people miserable. It's not having what you want, and it's getting what you want, right? I've been in these relationships in the past where I was looking for a woman to complete me. Yeah, I lost myself in relationships because I was scared of losing the relationships. And I thought that just getting a girlfriend or just making a certain amount of money or just acquiring some materialistic possession would be the thing that allows me to tap into what I term godly frequency, right? That is like, I found the highest frequency to operate on. I think when people think about God, for me anyway, the way that I got indoctrinated at school during RE lessons was we got shown a picture of this old guy in the clouds with a beard, and that became my perception of the divine. But I think that all religion should be is a bridge which takes us closer to the divine, not being concerned with historical facts like, did Jesus walk on water? Did the Buddha really exist? It's not about that. It's, do these teachings serve us? Do these teachings allow us to operate on the highest frequency, which is love, by the way? And this isn't some like soppy woo-woo shit, like singing Kumbaya, like, oh, we're all one. If you can actually radiate this sense of wholeness, where you don't need anything from anybody, where you can go forth into the world and fall in love with the idea of the person who you're becoming, because that is the way that we actually attract a wife-worthy woman or gob-smackingly gorgeous girlfriend. It's not by chasing the goal, it's chasing the identity and operating from this place of abundance, right? That is godly frequency 101. It's being able to go into the world and not needing anything from everybody. It's like, my cup is so full, I don't need anything. Like, I'm just coming out today to give. And when you can operate from this place of wholeness rather than from this place of lack, that's actually when you win. Because like I said at the start, I don't think we can be in love with anybody else. I think all the people that we meet in our lives, they are mirrors. They are ways of reflecting back to ourselves, which is already the stuff that's inside of us in the first place. So forget about saying I want. It's actually better to say I commit. So I commit to becoming the version of myself who's ready to receive the woman that is in my ideal reality. I hope that this is making sense. I appreciate this is probably not for everybody. If you're just at the start of your cold approach journey right now, then maybe download my free courses. They're a really good way to get started. I'll link them below. But I think if we can actually get to this place where we are operating from this highest frequency, which is love, recognizing that we've already got everything within us. It's not an excuse to be lazy. It's permission to be free. It's not saying don't work on yourself. Of course, work on yourself. Become the version of yourself who you need to become to attract the women that fits into your life plans. And then, you know, when people say enjoy the journey or enjoy the process, I think, and this is true for me, and it's true for the high achieving guys who I work with, a lot of times our actions are motivated by fear. It's a fear of missing out, a fear of not being enough, a fear of other people surpassing us. And if all of our actions are based off of this fear, then we almost get sucked into this place of self-imprisonment, because even if you do eventually meet a woman, if that relationship has been created from a place of fear, then it's probably not going to be a very healthy relationship. Again, I've experienced this in the past where I was in that place of lack, where I was like, I just want someone, not a case of I want her, I just want someone. And I would go out, I would meet girls, I would sporadically, spontaneously, destructively make them my girlfriend because I was scared of being lonely. I was scared of being on my own. I was scared of confronting my own perceived lack of self-worth. So it was like putting a band-aid over something deeper. These relationships never lasted, right? These relationships never lasted because they were born from the wrong place. They were born from a place of fear. But now the relationships that I cultivate, it's like, I want her, or I choose to have this person in my life. And the people that I attract into my life, they allow me to experience a greater sensation of what's already inside of me, right? The kingdom of God is already inside of you. And this is not some like weird indoctrination trying to make you religious, but I'm trying to show you boys that it's not just about going out, talking to girls, like, oh, pick up, I need to learn these lines and routines. It's not what you say. It's not how you say it. It's who you are when you say it and the intentions that you're leading with. If you're leading from a place of fear and from a place of scarcity, that's what you're going to attract into your life, right? Again, we attract what we are. So this is why it's so important for you to be operating from this place where you actually like yourself. So having healthy habits, taking care of your mental health, surrounding yourself with great people who uplift your spirits, not paying attention to negative news or negative influences, getting away from toxic people who deplete you of your life energy. If you're in a relationship with a woman right now, how has that relationship actually been built? Because if it's being built from a place of fear, where it's a case of you just want someone as opposed to you actually want her, like that's where I was for a long time. And those relationships rarely last because they're born from the wrong place. So I think if there's one thing that you take away from this stream, just understand that it's about operating from that place of true abundance, right? From that place of unapologetic authenticity, of self-adoration, rather than from self-deprecation. And it is a journey, it's a process. Like if you go back onto my videos from 4 years ago, you'll see the character development for yourself. And look, I'm not perfect. I'm just kind of putting this stuff out there in the hopes that it helps you. But yeah, I don't actually think that we can be in love with anybody else. I think the people who we consider to be in love with are simply figures which allow us to re-experience a sensation that's already there. So if this has been useful, that's cool. And I'm going to do another live stream later. But I just wanted to speak about this because it was front of mind. If it wasn't that coherent, then soz. But hopefully, for the right person, this has been useful. All right, love you. Bye.